All right. So thank you so much everyone for joining this fourth session of this AI/ML series. And in past three sessions, we have covered AI Center, image classification model, and the language analysis model. And today we are going to cover one of the most difficult or one of the most used ML model that is called object detection model. And we will use like this model with the help of UiPath app. Means like we can trigger the process, we can pass the input with the help of UI frontend, and we can get the response back into the UiPath apps. So this is this page is telling about myself. Like my name is Mohammad Faiz Khan, and I'm the RP Senior Technical Consultant with the Silicon Partners. Myself and Umesh, we both are the UiPath Hackathon champion and the iSummit champion. And I have written the blog on the same topic which I am going to cover it today. That is listed here. We will share the link or maybe resource which is related to this sessions at the end of this session. And in case of any support during the call or after these sessions, you can definitely reach out to me on my LinkedIn account, that is linkedin.com/in/AIML expert. So agenda of this call today, we are going to start with UiPath object detection model overview. And what are the prerequisites? Means like the data set for every model, the data set is the heart of the models, right? So how and where we can download it, and it is not similar way like you already maybe work on the UiPath document understanding models, so you will require some labeling in the project, right? But for this model, we need to label it, or it is technically called the annotations. So I will show you like how you can annotate the images or maybe train these images, and then you can upload these images into the UiPath data sets, right? And this model is currently support the full pipeline. So we will create a pipeline, not the train and evaluation. We will directly create the full pipeline so that we can leverage this model. Apart from this, we will also cover like how you can start in UiPath Studio. We will cover those part as well in this session. And in during the session or end of the session, feel free to raise your questions. Or if you want to come together to do some hands-on parallelly, you can do along, right? And first we will cover the object detection model. Like object detection model is a generic retrainable deep learning model. Same way we have seen the previous session, that was the image classification model. So this is also the deep learning model. So this model is trained on the COCO data set, and there it has covered the 80 classes. Classes means 80 intents. Like you will see in the screen there we have the human, race, and process. So it was trained on different classes. So if those classes are matched with your requirement, so it is no need to train this model. You can just include the model and start using it. But if you want to train this model on your own requirement or a specific requirement, so definitely you will require some data set, and you will require some labeling, training, and pipelines, right? So you will see in the important notes what UiPath is trying to say. This model is currently not supporting the GPU for both the pipeline and ML skills. So you can just train or create the pipeline only using the CPU. Maybe UiPath will come with extended functionality of this model later. So there you can use the GPU as well in order to speed up the pipeline process. So this model is take the input as a file. The input file can be .jpg, .png, .jpeg format. And output you will see there, you will receive the predicted byte array. So this is the base 64 value of the images you are passing. So in response, you will receive the images which have the rectangle boxes where you have annotated. So once you pass the input images, it will respond you back with the base 64 value along with the predicted classes. There you have the class. You will see on the screen there we have the class, that is book, and the confidence score of the predicted data, right? That is 0.3 means 31%. And there we have the class dog. The confidence score of this 53%. So for pipeline guideline, there you can see this package is only support full pipeline. I already have covered this part. And data format, you can see having all the images of same format. Means if you are training the model, you can have the images in the same format. It can be JPG. So all the images should in the JPG format. If it is PNG, so all the images should in the PNG format. And the size of the images should be 800 by 600. And for each category, it should be 100 plus count of the images. And when we annotate these images with the help of one of the tool called label img, it was written on the Python. So it will generate one file for you, and the file extension will be XML annotation file. So yeah, I will cover these part in detail. So we'll see we are using this tools called label img. You can download it from GitHub. I will share the links, and you can reach out to me on my LinkedIn. I will share all the data which we are going to cover today. It can be data set, it can be the link, it can be this tools which is used to annotate the images. So once we annotate the images, and the file will look like this, the XML file will be created, and there it will start with the tag, annotations, and the folder name, the file name, and the path, and the width, height, and the depth, right? So these details should be available in the XML file. If you have 100 images with extension .jpg, so 100 XML extension file is also needed. Means like you have annotated the images and their annotations data are available on .xml file. So make sure to annotate each and every images, and there should be a XML file for the associated images. So this is just a overview of this model, like how this model will work if you deploy into the development environment or the QA environment or the broad environment. Once you pass the images, the images will not look like this. This is just for the demonstration. So email will be, so these are some annotations, right? So human, it is annotated with human, like dress and purse. When you pass these images without annotations here, like because we already have trained the model with annotations, but as a real scenario, you are passing without annotations. The model will predict, and in response, you will see human, race, and purses. These are the classes and their confidence score. But the actual data will look like this in JSON format in real world. So uh, you need to split this JSON data into two parts. One is the predicted and another the classes. You will see these base 64 values of the images you have passed as an input, and in response you will get the predicted classes as well along with the byte array. So class, when you annotate it with three different annotations, so you will get response in three annotations class. So class 1 human, class 2 race, class 3 purse. If you have annotated with 4 or 5 different, so you will get the 5 response here. So in AI Center, first thing you have to create the project. You already have seen in past 3 sessions. If you're still facing issues while converting your license from community to pro trial, or if you are having some issues, you feel free to ping in the team chat, or you can ask me during this call as well. So once you create this project, you will land on this page, and there you have to upload the data set first, and you have to choose the model. Comes under these ML packages, you will select the you will see under this ML package, there we have the out of the box packages, then we have image analysis, and under this image analysis we have the object detection model, and you have to choose and click on submit. So these are some resources we will share in the team chat after this call, so that you will download the label MG to annotate the images. And you will see the blog I have written on this object detection model as well. There we have another tools, the open source tools to label or annotate the images. So if you want, if you feel free, if you are comfortable with Label Studio, definitely you can go for it. But for past 2 years, I have been using the label IMG tools, so I am not getting any issues. So I will cover this label IMG today, not the label studio. But yeah, I will share this link to you. You can download it from GitHub and continue your labeling. And there we have some other resources, the UiPath official documentation and the Kaggle dataset from where you can download the dataset. And the Coco dataset link, you can also go and check the dataset, like what are the classes they have already covered in the COCO dataset. So first thing, when you are ready, if you already have your own data sets, you can begin with it. If you don't have, many of you are not having the data sets, you can come to this platform. It is a very famous platform for all machine learning challenges, machine learning codes and data sets. You can definitely log in into the system and you can download this data set from here. You will see there we have 990 files and it is categorized into three different folders: test, train, and evaluation. I will share this link to this call. Okay. When you have created your project, you can come under this section and there you have to upload the data set. So as I already have downloaded the data and I will show you how the data will look like. Okay. So as I already have labeled this data, but the data set will look like that you already have downloaded the images. So I am taking the example of car images. So I have different types of car and there I am going to cover the accidental damage and the model will predict where it was damaged, like it is the front or back, rear and the left and right. So it will predict based on the annotation I have created for it. So if you see this file, like this, we have the original file and there we have the annotated file. So for each input file, there we required the annotation file as well. So once you click on this and open it on editor, so the file will look like the you already have seen in the PPT. So all these data will be automatically here. You don't need to provide any data here. It will automatically generated by the label LMING tool. So your data is ready. So you have downloaded the data and you have to annotate it. So for annotation, you will require the label IMG tool and it is written in the Python program. So I already have downloaded the tool and the tool will look like this. This you can download it from GitHub. I will share the link and you can place this folder into the Python folder. So I already have placed this folder into this path and let me run this Python code. So once I open this application, then it will look like this. You can upload the directory or the file, and then you can start the annotation. So it is required, like each image should be annotated properly, like what are the field and what are the area you have to cover in order to model can respond on it. So you can start just right clicking on it, create a box around it. Like I have to cover this front, right? So it is totally damaged. So let me indicate on it, like I have to cover this entire front. This car has been damaged, right? So I have to cover it. If you feel like for the label you have to add, it is already there. If it is not there, you can add your own label. Label you already have seen in the document standing session. So for each extraction from document, for each extraction, that label is required. Like you have to indicating like which data we have to extract, right? The same way for object detection model, you have to indicate on the screen or the images from where you have to extract this detail and pass into the model so that model can predict like if it is damaged and the image you are passing, if it is damaged, the same way like you have trained. So it will generate some response or the class should be same. Like we are creating the class here, like so the car underscore front underscore damage. So let's hit enter. So we have created one annotation and same way you create multiple annotations. So let me reduce the size of this. So there we have one annotation for car damage. I can create one more annotation like the mirror damage. So I can change it car front mirror damage. So there we have created two labels or two class so that model can identify like it is damaged or not, and the front is damaged or not. So once you have created, then you have to save this. It will ask you to save here, and the extension you will see it is asking to save .xml format, and this file have some information about your image. So you have to do the same for each and every images, and you can upload, like I have uploaded one images, you can upload the entire images. It can be hundreds and thousands, and you can annotate one by one. And once you have created any label or classes, it will automatically populate next time. Let me indicate on this right mirror. You will see. So I have annotated the front and the left and right mirror. So you will see the previous classes are already populated here. Just you have to change the, if it is a new one, you have to change it from here. If it is the same, you can go for it like this one. You will see there are three different classes we have created, and we have annotated the images. Once it is ready, you have to save this image. Then you can continue with the second image and third and so on. So like already have created this data set, and we already have annotated the each and every images. Now I can upload this. So if you are facing any issue while running this label.img, you feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will help you if in case of any issues you are facing. You have to install the Python 3, and you should have the access to install the different library. So the only things you have to do, you can come out this path, and you can run from here pip install label dot, the only thing, right? You can type pip install label img. So it will automatically install and place this package or the folder in your Python root directory. And you can come to this folder and start using it. So it will launch the GUI application you already have seen, and you can annotate every images. Apart from this, there we have different tools that is called Label Studio. It is the extended version of this label img. You can definitely use it. Whatever it is you are comfortable, you can go for it. So data set we have downloaded, we have annotated or labeled the data. Now we can upload the data here. So it will take some time because we have 375 images. So it's uploading the data. So as I said, like this model is not required the labeling from here. Yeah, definitely if you have the document understanding scenarios, and if you have the invoice or the purchase order, you can go for it. But for this model, the object detection model, it is not required. You can come to this ML packages. Under this out of the box packages, you will see there we have the open source packages. Okay, so data is uploaded here. So let's come again. Click on this out of the packages, and click on this image analysis. So there we have the image moderation and the object detection model. Click on this object detection model, and you can read you can always suggest it to read the description of the model. What are the input parameters are required? What are the output parameters are required? So you can go for it, and you will see it is developed on 3.8, and CPU means GPU is supporting for this model, but currently UiPath is recommending you cannot go for GPU for this two model, like image classification model or the object detection model currently. Maybe the image classification model is in preview mode, but this model is in stable mode, but it is recommended by the UiPath not to use the GPU. And you can choose the package version. Always recommended choose the latest version because UiPath team has fixed some bugs reported by any community members. So there we have the stable one. So always recommended to use the stable one. Then click on submit. Here you have to provide the package name. And you can change the description and the input parameter and the output parameter. Click on submit. So it is in undeployed status. Once we create the pipeline, it will be deployed. So data is ready and we already have uploaded the data into it. And data should be in two different format. One is the original data, another is the annotated one, right? The XML format you already have seen. Come to this pipeline section, click on create. So you will see there we have the full pipeline. So what UiPath is implementing this model, you always go for the full pipeline. Select the pipeline name. Choose the package name from here, the version and the minor version in the data set. So for input dataset or evaluation dataset, you can provide two different dataset or you can use the same one as well. But yeah, you can provide the input dataset with all, like we have uploaded 375. But for evaluation, you can provide maybe 80 and 20 ratio. Select this dataset from here. So for this scenario, I'm going to cover with both the dataset we have. So I have not created any evaluations. So I am going to use the same dataset for input and evaluation. And yeah, you cannot enable the GPU from here and click on create. So you will see for every 1 hour, it will cost you 6 AI unit. So when the team will enable the capabilities to enable the GPU for this model, so it will become from 6 to 20, but this time I'm not going to enable it because it's not recommended by UiPath to enable the GPU for this model. This model will be failed. So while it is running, it will take some time, like we have 375 images, so it will take some time and we are running this pipeline into the CPU only. So it will take around 3-4 hours. So I already have created this pipeline for two different scenario. One is the accidental image analysis, another the auto insurance image. Already have created. It has taken 156 minutes. So I have used the same data set for this pipeline. So it's probably it also have the 375 images along with the .xml file. So it has taken 156 minutes and the confidence score was 43.75. So I have created another one. So it has taken 275 minutes and the confidence score is 100%. So the pipeline is created. So next you have to create the ML skill. So you already have seen in the past sessions how you can create the ML skill. You can come to this create new. You can provide the ML skill name here. Choose the package and the package version and the minor version and choose the undeploy skill period from here and click on create. And it will also cost you some AI units, but this time it is taking one AI unit for 1 hour. So hardly it will take for 3 7 the pipeline we have created, it will take around 10 to 15 minutes. So one AI unit will be consumed when you create it. So once I create, the ML skill will be ready for you. So it's time you can consume this ML skill in UiPath Studio. So I have written the program in UiPath Studio for you so that you can we can save our time here. So there are a couple of things are needed. As I have designed earlier, it was in the VB Windows legacy, but you can create on VB Windows only. And there are a couple of packages needed, that is ML skills and Web API. So Web API, like we are using for JSON parsing or deserialization, ML skill for ML skill activity, and bucket will comes under the default system activity. So first, what I'm trying to do here, I'm just downloading the image. So, but in the real scenario, when I move to the UiPath apps, I will show you when we upload the images, it will goes into the UiPath bucket. And once I hit the estimated cost button, it will get the file from bucket and pass to the ML model. And in response, ML model will return something. So I will show you in later. So you need to add the download bucket, and you will this activity will download the data from bucket. And there you have to definitely add the ML skill in order to test the model. So I have created this model. So before deploying this package into the orchestrator, it is recommended you test the model with any of the data you have. So you can pass the image path here. So I do have with me, and you will see the input details are part to the entire part to the image to be analyzed, and in response you will see the byte array or the prediction class. So let's remove the double quote, it is not needed for testing, and hit test. Anyone have any questions so far? Maybe you can ask questions on my LinkedIn or in the team chat. So maybe here I will address all the questions after this session. So you will see it has predicted, like I have created the label that is called car front major damage, and the score of the confidence is 0.93, means 93%. And there we have the base 64 value of these images, but I have passed it. I will show you like how the image will look like. And I will convert this image, this base value into the image format. We have the activity called encoding and decoding. So model is ready. We have tested this model. I can deserialize because the response is coming in the JSON format. So I can deserialize it and decode it into the image object byte array, and then do some conversion, the base 64 conversion, and deserialize the object. And yeah, we are good to go. So these are the things you are needing in UiPath Studio in order to leverage this model. Or if you want to integrate this model with UiPath apps, so you can do. So if the pipeline is still running, it will take 150 hours. Okay. So I have created one GUI application with the help of UiPath apps. So it was designed in UiPath legacy app, and currently we have the UiPath VB apps, and there we have the capability like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you can also leverage these capability and the control so that you can design the application as per your requirement. So I have designed this application 1 year back. So you will see clicking on this is just a pop-up screen here. And let me click on this auto claim settlement. I can provide some detail to get the data. So yeah, so we have the some policy detail, and I need to estimate the cost of damage of this car. So I need to upload the actual image, the current image. This is the actual image, and I'm going to upload the current image, which is the damaged car. Let me upload the file here. So once I click on this upload button, it will go into the UiPath bucket, and the data will reflect here. The whatever the images I have uploaded, it will be reflected here. So now I have to estimate the cost of this damage. So there are some rules as per the intelligent insurance code. It is just the organization which is going to estimate the damage of this car, right? So what are the estimations? So there are some rules written here. For bumper damage, it would cost 50% of IDV, the IDV value at the time of insurance, right? 25% minor damage, and the major and minor damage are the breakdown is here. So once I hit this estimate button, so that this image will pass into the ML model, and in response, we will see some different result here. As you can see, the process is running, and it will passing this input data, the file, to the model, and model will predict based on the training or labeling, and it will get this some response like the byte array and the class. So in the backend, I have managed with the help of UiPath Studio to get this response, and there we have the annotated image. So we have just passed these images without any boxes or the classes, but the model has predicted, that is, let me zoom in it. So there you can see, it is the car front major damage annotation. And you will see the confidence score or the damage cost is $5250. So next thing as a uh, next thing we can do here, send for approval. Like these are the some estimated cost with the help of machine learning model. We can send this estimation to the approval authority. They will respond back, or we can send this as an SMS as well. So once I hit this as an SMS, so we need to provide the mobile number here, then click on send. It will send the details, this estimated cost to the customer. Or we can send for approval first to the approval authority. Then authority will take the decision, and we can send this response to the customer. So this is all about the object edition model. If you have any question. Yeah, please let me know if you have any question.
Yes, sir. So we have one question from Nisarg, and he's asking where can I find the dataset links?
Yeah, so I'm just dropping all the relevant link on on the Zoom chat so that everyone can download the data set, download the label IMG tools so that they can annotate the images. So I'm just dropping these details. Yeah, so I have just shared all the link which I have shown in the presentation. From top, it is the label IMG tool and the blog I have written, and there we have the LMS Studio tool and the UiPath official documentation and the dataset. You can download it from here. If you want the dataset which I already have trained on, you can also reach out to me. This we have the 375 images. I can share it with you as well. Yes, Gopal, it is mandatory. It is needed. There should have the company email ID. Company can be anything. but not the Gmail or the Outlook email ID in order to convert your community license to the pro trial account. You can use any of the ID instead of these public free free accounts like Gmail, Outlook, and the Yahoo. So instead of these accounts, you can use the enterprise account. So yeah, Gopal, we already have one session around this UiPath app designing. So you can ping me. I will share the link. We already have myself and Umesh. We have hosted this session. How you can design the application with the help of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So you can reach out to me. I will share the YouTube link, the UiPath YouTube link, so that you can go and leverage it. And I also have written one blog on it on the mediums. So I will share on it. You can also go and copy the code from there as well. So Pranav, could you please explain a bit more so that I can help you on your question? Or you can share your queries on my LinkedIn so that I can explain you about like what hyperparameters. So yeah, Mikul, you can definitely go to the UiPath Academy for ML model training. I will share the academy course with you in order you can start the your model training or any of the UiPath model training. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will share the academy link so that you can start your journey. Or in meantime, you can navigate to the academy course and you can filter the course as per your requirement. AI, you can choose from AI Center, and there we have some filter course over there, and you can choose as per your requirement. Or yeah, feel free. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will share the curated one so that you can start your journey.
All right. So I think we have answered almost all the questions that we have on the chat. And again, so if you have any queries, feel free to reach out to the speakers of the series on LinkedIn. I will be happy to help you in case you need any help with the data sets, any tool that is needed, or any other queries that you have around any of the ML models that are available on AI Center. And with this, I'll also share a link to register for the upcoming sessions. We have 4 more sessions coming up. One of the session is tomorrow, which will be on document understanding models. And then we have more sessions coming up next week. Feel free to register yourself with RSVP for those sessions so that you don't miss out on the awesome content that we have for you guys on your path community. And again, feel free to share your feedback, anything that can be improved. We'll incorporate those feedback in our upcoming sessions. And I hope you are liking this series.
And if you have anything in mind, like you want the session on it, so you can share with us, and we can share the wider community, and they can definitely start a series or the session on it for your specific requirement.